Kia ora koutou. We'll resume the meeting. I've just added a couple of resolutions that obviously notes the concerns that Councillor Cotter mentioned. So we'll just put them up on the screen. So 4 is around the trees. Note that a full review of the list of predicted trees is outside the scope of this plan change due to resourcing constraints, and that individual tree protection will be considered in a future plan change. And 5, note the current housing affordability crisis, the role of housing supply and different types of housing in helping address this concern and the need to future-proof land use in Christchurch. However, notes concerns about the fast pace, impact on the existing natural environment, and the one-size-fits-all government-directed approach of the NPS-UD and resource management, enabling housing supply and other matters, Amendment Act 2021. I'm actually happy to move all those resolutions. Do I have a seconder? Pauline. So I'm happy. Sorry, I can't see the screen, Yanni, but is that a little hand up? Yanni, do you have your hand up?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if he's there, Mike.
Okay.
There he is. There he is.
I've got this tiny screen. I can only just make things out. Okay, well, he's not talking, so I'm going to go into...
Sorry. Hello?
Yes, Yanni. Sorry, I've got a small screen, so I'm struggling to see hands up. So do you have a something you want to say?
Yeah. It was just a question over the new amendments.
They're not amendments. Yes.
Or the notes. Sorry, the notes. Well, two things. One is number 4. Like I think that's more relevant to the after we've heard the feedback from people around the plan change, but I don't know if we need to actually say that now. Because if we get overwhelming feedback from the community that they want us to look at that issue, then I think we need to turn our mind to it.
Yeah, so this is actually trying to actually be upfront with the community, that actually having, trying to go forward and do a whole heap of work around listing trees and protecting trees is just actually not possible with the resources we've got and the timing. So there may be some individual trees that get brought forward, but actually the bigger work around this needs to be done for a future plan change. This is actually trying to be upfront and transparent with the community about that right now.
Well, I don't agree we should be trying to influence the feedback that we're getting from the community. And also, as you said, staff have said that there will be some, although limited capacity, to assess new listings of trees. Okay. And so I think that would be a more positive way of framing it.
So I suggest, therefore, you can vote against it, which I have no problem.
Yeah, okay.
And if you want, you can put forward an amendment, but they'll probably, we'll have to make sure that it's valid. So are you happy just to vote against it?
Yeah, sure. And speak. I wish to speak to it as well. But the only other thing is just another additional note that the staff said in the response to the question around community participation that we were in contact with Ministry for the Environment. So I just wondered if we could just add a very simple note that the council notes, the complexity and the technical nature of the proposed plan change and the need for the community to be resourced to participate, and that staff are discussing this matter with Ministry for the Environment as a priority.
Okay, that's not a problem. Could you just email that to us so we can get it in there a bit quicker with your words? And
cool.
And we'll now go into debate. Sorry, Yanni, do you want to open up the debate, and then we'll get that words done during the debate, rest of the debate.
Thank you. I just want to start off by recognising the huge amount of work that our staff have had to go through to put this pre-consultation or on the notification plan together. So I really appreciate the work that's gone into this. I am really concerned about trees, I think, for two reasons. One is that in the district plan review, there was a lot of disquiet about the way in which we changed the evaluation methodology of trees, and in some perspectives of the community, that we lessened the value of protected trees in our district plan. And two, that we also need to be providing new listings and also an ability to recognise the areas of the city that have lower tree canopy and look to be proactive in protecting canopy in those areas, because clearly the risk is, with the delay in the financial contributions coming in, that there's a gold rush from August, and what we see will be a lot of trees and canopy loss in areas that already have low levels of it because the land values may be cheaper. So, I just think we need to act with urgency around trees. I am disappointed because there was a resolution from the tree policy hearing over nearly a year ago to get work done on that by July last year, which would have given us the time, if we wanted to make the resources available, to have made changes to our district plan around tree protection. And unfortunately, council didn't agree to that when that hearing panel reported back. But it was very, very obvious from that hearings from the community at that time that there was a real need for urgency around trees. The other point I want to make is that I really thank staff and acknowledge the work around the character areas. And I still think there's a number of other areas in the city that are not included in this pre-notification. But I think the main component of this has to be that if council weren't to proceed today to engage with our community and weren't putting this plan change forward with a number of qualifying matters, we would have much worse outcomes in our city and for our community. So although there's some things in here that are not perfect, this is much better than just not doing anything and not doing the work. So I just wanted to acknowledge that and encourage the community to make as many submissions as possible to be engaged in this process. I think it is really good that we're going out ahead of the notified plan change to get community feedback. But as has been said, I won't support the note around the trees that has been put in, but I'm happy to support the note around the concern around this process being directed to us by central government. Thank you.
Thank you, Yanni. Pauline.
Yeah, thank you. I agree with what Yanni said, and I just think that our biggest concerns here really with this is the over-intensification and accompanying loss of amenity, which leads to reduced well-being of our residents. And with over-intensification, of course, comes this horrendous tree loss. We're also concerned about the one-size-fits-all top-down directive approach, and the lack of heritage and character areas that have been included. And so just picking up on the tree concerns that I have too, and I see where Yanni's coming from here, because time is of the essence. They're dropping like flies. And because of the tree loss, our cities are getting hotter with climate change. Trees keep us cool. So we are at risk of ending up with concrete jungles. And trees take decades to mature, and they need nurturing and a lot of time in their early years to ensure that they survive. So removing a tree and then saying I'm replacing it with another couple, it actually has massive implications when it comes to true replacement. The question is, can we outpace the chainsaws in St Albans? I don't know. This is not giving me comfort. And where are all the green rooftops and the gardens and the wall gardens and our designs? We're not seeing any of them. Where are the smart designs? For our suburbs, we could actually intensify and do it well, and we could retain amenity, and we could address climate change goals in our building. So that's a challenge there for developers to step up voluntarily. But for now, I think because we've been told that we don't have the resource to protect trees that are currently not protected, our job is to concentrate on trees on public land. So protect and increase our numbers through our urban forest plan, and that's coming up. So look, I just want to encourage residents to please feed back to us through the pre-engagement process, and we are listening and we're really passionate about this. So reluctantly, I will support that clause you've put in, because I think that lets people know what is going on here, and they can comment on that as well in the resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Pauline. Jimmy.
Okay, yeah. Same as Yanni, I'm still a little bit disappointed regarding to this bullet point 4. This tree is not a part of this overall kind of discipline review. But I think these the pre-notification engagement is very, very crucial, because this the implement the NPS-UD and also the recently introduced those medium density residential standard. So this all the kind of the opportunity. Particularly we would like to to humble ourselves to listen to the people. Particularly if we review the officers' information, this benefit is walking the talk and more accessible to citizens. If we thought that this whole package, plan change the 12, that's cost hazard, that's the next item will be discussed. Plan change the 13, that's particular for the heritage, the area of heritage package. Also, most important, plan change 14, let's consider, for the population growth, the housing increase, but also those kind of today we heard those amenity character will be the affected. So we need to more listen to people to get every possible opportunity. But if this time we lost the tree, and also compared to Wellington and Auckland, we are all aware we are less. The tree cannot be covered the percentage. We have to speed up progress, how to mitigate those the effect. The other one is particular the financial contribution. I think that's a powerful tool, because one aspect can mitigate the reverse effect of increased this development. Also can improve the environment, in both residential, commercial and industrial area. But the problem is, how do we through this pre-notification engagement to let the people, to let the community aware, we have this powerful tool. We can mitigate all those effects.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Give them more confidence. This is my view. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Mel.
Thanks. Jimmy actually said a wee bit of what I was going to say about the financial contributions. That Amendment Act broadened councils or all councils' scope to apply financial contributions to developments even without a resource consent. So I think that's a good step. And I think what we're doing, and thank you to staff actually for coming up with this idea about financial contributions around trees. I think we're sending a message to developers that tree retention should be prioritised, and this is one way which we can hopefully incentivise them to look at that more seriously than they are at the moment. Yeah, so thanks.
Thank you, Mel. Are there any other people that want to speak on this debate? I can't see everyone actually on screen, so just let me know if there are. Okay, that's good. I'm going to close the debate then. Just wanted to acknowledge actually the work that staff have done on this. They're obviously under quite a lot of pressure themselves because of the timeframes that have been forced upon us. I think at the same time, we do need to realise actually some of the issues we do face and will face moving forward in terms of housing affordability, in terms of the impact on the environment if we continue to sprawl. However, the effects of a one-size-fits-all approach on Christchurch obviously has significant concerns, and rightly so. And it's important that we balance actually the impact of that and the need to be progressive. And I think, therefore, that's outlined quite well in 5, that actually we need to ensure that we protect our natural environment, our existing natural environment, as well as enhancing it. But the reality is that at the moment, that we do not have the resources all the time to do a full review of the listed protected trees. I don't think that's not going to stop people coming in with individual trees, but there will become a point where actually that just becomes too large for council to deal with. I think those 2 additional notes outlines our concerns, but actually realising that we're having to do this because of government direction, and some of the outcome of this will actually be better. Will be better for it as a city. It's just ensuring that actually we are aware of some of the concerns that have been highlighted by our communities. We're going out for pre-notification engagement, which is hugely important, so we can get some of that feedback now, and hopefully influence the notification process and go out with an even better district plan change that will go through more of a regulatory process where it has an independent hearings panel. So this is a really good opportunity. This is an excellent opportunity for community to get involved, to try and influence the change before it gets into a more of a, that regulatory framework that creates a harder environment for them, which we all know about. So I'm just going to add Yanni's resolution in there. Sorry, I'm going to forward it to you. So just...
Yeah, thanks, Mike. It might need a little bit finessing by staff just to capture what their response was, but it's a general tone of it that's important. Thanks.
My video's not on. It's showing me it's not on, but I can't turn it on. But I am still here.
I've just forwarded it to staff now. We're just going to load that up just so people can see it before they actually vote on it. Has that come? Oh, maybe I sent it to the wrong people.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, excellent. So just one minute while we get that up onto the screen.
Okay, thank you. Couldn't see the screen.
Apart from 4, are there any other of these resolutions that councillors want to be put separate? Okay, so I'm just going to put 4 separate.
Yes, okay.
So I might do 4 now while we're just waiting for that to be written up. All those in favour of 4, say aye, or give me a thumbs up.
Aye.
Okay. Against?
No.
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 So that is Jimmy, Yanni, and Mel. Has anyone else said no?
Yeah, cool.
Okay, no, thank you.
Like by the time I get to school.
So I might just do one. Oh, is that written up now? Okay, so Yanni, the 6th resolution is noting that the complex and technical nature of the proposed plan change and the barriers to community participating the council, that the council write to MFE and relevant ministers seeking resources and support to enable community participation in the planning process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to put the resolutions 1 to 3 and 5 and 6.
Sorry, Mike, can I just ask, when we say request the council to write, is that the chief executive or the mayor?
It'll be the chief executive.
Maybe we should put that in.
Well, generally it would be the chief executive to the ministry and the mayor to the governance to the minister.
Yeah.
I'm happy to help.
Yeah, we'll get the right people writing it. Yeah, so
I think Aaron's still got his microphone on, by the way.
Oh, that's good. We can hear things. All right, all those in favour?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Okay. Carried. Thank you. I can't quite see everyone, so if anyone was opposed, could you just let me know? Good, thank you.